Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Just Law on IQRA TV. I'm your host Ilyas Bulbulia. This is the second part to the show. Just before the break we were talking about visa applications, and in particular where you have a husband or wife who's come from abroad in the United Kingdom, how do we look at extending their visa? I think we might have a caller online, so if that's the case we'll go to that call and then return to our topic after that. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी वालेकुम सलाम।
जी मैं क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहती हूँ अपने भाई के लिए।
जी जी।
मेरे भाई जो हैं वो स्टूडेंट वीज़ा पे आए थे पाकिस्तान से।
जी ओके।
उन्होंने जब अपनी पढ़ाई ख़त्म की तो उनकी शादी हो गई थी।
जी ठीक है।
तो उनका स्पाउस वीज़ा फिर उनको मिल गया था।
ओके जी।
स्पाउस वीज़ा को 2 साल हो चुके हुए हैं।
जी ठीक है।
तो उनको इंडेफिनिट लीव टू रिमेन कब मिलेगा? और दूसरा मैं ये पूछना चाहती थी कि उनकी डिग्री जो है वो बीए डिग्री नहीं थी, तो क्या उनको इंग्लिश टेस्ट करना पड़ेगा?
जी।
जिस स्टडी के लिए वो आए थे।
जी, आपका जो भाई है ना वो किस साल में यूके आया था? बिकॉज एक ऑप्शन होता है, उसके भी डिफरेंट रिक्वायरमेंट्स होते हैं, मगर एक ऑप्शन ये है कि अगर उसका 10 इयर्स यूके में हो गया तो इस पर भी वो शायद इंडेफिनिट के लिए अप्लाई कर सकता है। तो वो किस साल में आया था आपका भाई?
2017 में।
और 17 में आया था, सो रिसेंटली ही आया है ना?
जी।
ऑलराइट ओके। तो उसके लिए तो फिर स्टूडेंट पे जो आया यूके में और यहाँ जो टाइम स्टूडेंट का जो उसने यहाँ गुजारा है एज अ स्टूडेंट, वो उसके लिए इतना हेल्पफुल नहीं है। उसको तो जो शादी की वीज़ा जो उसको मिला है ना, so जब से उसको स्पाउस वीज़ा मिला, जब उसको जो बायोमेट्रिक कार्ड मिला स्पाउस का, तो उसकी जो वैलिडिटी डेट है वहाँ से उसको 5 इयर्स कंप्लीट करने पड़ेंगे। सो अगर मार्च 2019 में अगर उसको मिला है तो फिर उसको वेट करना पड़ेगा अंटिल मार्च 2024। सो उसका जो स्टूडेंट का टाइम यहाँ है ना इतना हेल्पफुल नहीं है। अगर उसने स्टूडेंट में 7-8 इयर्स कुछ गुजारे होते यहाँ, डिग्री किया, मास्टर्स की, पीएचडी, अगर वो टाइम काफ़ी टाइम उसने अगर यहाँ गुजारा होता तो उसके पास एक ऑप्शन था, वो 10 इयर्स में भी शायद वो अप्लाई कर सकता था। मगर बिकॉज उसका शॉर्ट टाइम ही है स्टूडेंट पे, तो उसको इससे कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। उसको स्पाउस वीज़ा में 5 इयर्स कंप्लीट करने पड़ेंगे। और आपका सेकंड सवाल था वो डिग्री के बारे में ना, तो उसने यूके में अभी डिग्री कंप्लीट नहीं की?
नहीं, कंप्लीट की थी मगर 1 साल का कोर्स था, कोई बीटेक था या एनबीक्यू या इस तरह का था। डिग्री लाइक बीए अंडर ग्रेजुएट डिग्री नहीं थी।
ऑलराइट ओके। और उसने जो होम कंट्री में कुछ उसने डिग्री किया है होम कंट्री में कि नहीं की है?
वहाँ पे बीए किया था।
वहाँ
बीए किया हुआ था। हाँ
जी जी। सो यहाँ का जो क्वालिफिकेशन है ना, जो उसने 1 ईयर कंप्लीट किया, यहाँ से जो क्वालिफिकेशन मिला वो तो इनफ नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर डिग्री होती यूके की तो इससे उसका काम चल जाता। एक्सटेंशन के वक्त वो सिर्फ वही बता सकता है कि मेरे पास यूके डिग्री है। मगर अगर वो एक्सटेंशन के वक्त या इंडेफिनिट के वक्त अगर वो इंग्लिश क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं करना चाहता तो एक ऑप्शन उसके पास है। अगर उसकी जो डिग्री है होम कंट्री की, अगर उसका लेवल यूके डिग्री से बराबर है और वो कॉन्फर्मेशन यूके नारिक से ले सकता है, और यूके नारिक ये भी कंफर्म कर सकते हैं कि उसको इंग्लिश में उसकी पढ़ाई हुई थी, तो फिर इससे वो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज रिक्वायरमेंट से वो एग्जेम्प्ट हो सकता है। सो
उसने बीए पॉलिटिक्स में किया था
जी,
लाहौर यूनिवर्सिटी से, तो क्या वो नारिक एक्सेप्टेबल होता है?
मोस्ट लाइकली, बिकॉज लाहौर यूनिवर्सिटी वो वन ऑफ द लीडिंग यूनिवर्सिटीज़ है पाकिस्तान में। सो मोस्ट लाइकली पाकिस्तान का जो बीए है यूके से मोस्ट लाइकली कॉम्परेबल होगा। और एज फार एज आई नो उसकी टीचिंग भी इंग्लिश में ही होती है। सो एक पॉसिबिलिटी है कि यूके नारिक की वेबसाइट पर अगर वो जाते हैं और यूके नारिक को ये जो क्वालिफिकेशन है, ट्रांसक्रिप्ट है, अगर वो भेजते हैं तो वो आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ कंपेरेबिलिटी भेजते हैं, जिससे वो कहते हैं कि येस दीज 2 क्वालिफिकेशंस आर एट द राइट लेवल, सो द पाकिस्तान क्वालिफिकेशन इज़ एट अ यूके डिग्री लेवल। द सेकंड वो क्या भेजते हैं, एक तो सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ कंपेरेबिलिटी, और सेकेंडली वो ये भी कंफर्म करते हैं कि उसका जो मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन था वो इंग्लिश में था या नहीं। उसके पास ये इंफॉर्मेशन होता है फॉर द लार्ज universities abroad. So it might be worth doing that. अगर उसको ये मिल जाएगा तो फिर उसको एक्सटेंशन के वक्त या तो इंडेफिनिट के वक्त इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज आपकी सर्टिफिकेट नहीं करनी पड़ेगी, बट ही विल स्टिल हैव टू डू द लाइफ इन द यूके टेस्ट, वो तो करना ही पड़ता है।
लाइफ इन द यूके टेस्ट, तो अगर नारिक ने कहा कि कंपैरेबल है तो फिर कोई इशू नहीं है। अगर नारिक ने कहा नहीं तो जो टेस्ट जो है वो उसी वक्त देंगे जब एप्लीकेशन डाली जाएगी इंडेफिनिट लीव टू रिमेन की।
जी वो जी वो टाइम पे ही वो करेगा ना, मगर वो लाइफ इन द यूके इनडेफिनिट के वक्त तक करना ही पड़ेगा। इवन दो कि अगर यूके नारिक ने कहा कि यस योर पाकिस्तान लाहौर यूनिवर्सिटी डिग्री इज़ कंपेरेबल टू यूके डिग्री, अगर उसने कंफर्म कर भी दिया तब भी लाइफ इन द यूके टेस्ट करना ही पड़ता है।
तो सिर्फ ठीक है, तो लाइफ इन द दूसरा मैं पूछना चाहती थी, आपने कुछ बात की थी, मैं किसी और को भी जानती हूँ कि स्टूडेंट वीज़ा अगर कोई आया हो जिसने पीएचडी की हो या इस तरह के मतलब 1 साल से ज़्यादा, जैसे मेरे भाई ने की है डिग्री, तो अगर उनका 10 इयर्स रेजिडेंस हो मगर उसके बीच में फॉर एग्जांपल जिस तरह कर्टेलमेंट किसी की हो चुकी हो, अगर कॉलेज बंद हो चुका हो, तो वो 10 इयर्स के अंदर जो ब्रेक आ जाती है, तो अगर फिर उनको स्पाउस वीज़ा मिल जाए तो क्या उनको फिर भी ILR मिल जाता है बावजूद, क्योंकि इवन दो ब्रेक आई होती है 10 इयर्स लॉफुल रेजिडेंस में?
जी, तो इसमें है ना व्हाट टाइप ऑफ ब्रेक था वो देखना पड़ता है इसमें। सो इसमें सिर्फ अगर लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल स्टूडेंट की वीज़ा उसकी कर्टेल हुई और उसको नोटिस दिया कि 15 जून आपकी वीज़ा ख़त्म होगी और उसने 15 जून से पहले एप्लीकेशन डाल दिया डिफरेंट कैटेगरी में, जैसे स्पाउस में डाल दिया, सो 15 जून उसकी कर्टेलमेंट डेट है, मगर उसने 10 जून को एप्लीकेशन स्पाउस पे डाल दिया, तो इसमें फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, उसको वो ब्रेक काउंट नहीं करते। मगर सेकंड एग्जांपल, अगर 15 जून में उसका कर्टेलमेंट होने वाला है और उसने स्पाउस एप्लीकेशन 20 को डाला, सो 5 डेज़ की ब्रेक आ गई, 15 जून फिनिश हो गया, 5 डेज़ के बाद 20 को उसने स्पाउस का एप्लीकेशन डाला, तो वो जो ब्रेक है 5 डेज़ का, इससे प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है 10 ईयर कैटेगरी में। अभी
तो रेजिडेंस जो है वो 10 इयर्स फिर भी लॉफुल होना चाहिए, यानी कि ब्रेक नहीं होनी चाहिए, बेशक आप स्टूडेंट वीज़ा पे आए हुए हैं।
जी सही बात है। जी इवन 5 डे ब्रेक भी होता है ना, तो इससे भी अभी वो ILR को रिफ्यूज़ कर रहे हैं। उसके गाइडेंस में क्या लिखा है कि होम ऑफिस के पास डिस्क्रेशन है कि उसको वो इग्नोर करे या ना करे। करंट जो केस लॉ है जो रफली अबाउट समर लास्ट ईयर जो डिसाइड हुआ था, तो इसमें जो अपर ट्राइब्यूनल है उसने कहा कि वो रिफ्यूज़ कर सकते हैं अगर इवन दो देयर इज़ अ 5 डे ब्रेक, 10 ईयर लॉन्ग रेजिडेंस में इवन अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक कैन लीड टू अ रिफ्यूज़ल। वो होम ऑफिस का वो डिसीजन है कि वो रिफ्यूज़ करे या ना करे, इसमें कोर्ट इंटरफियर नहीं करेंगे। वो केस अभी आगे चल रहा है अभी।
मगर क्या मतलब, सॉरी, अपील पे चल रहा है?
अपील पे चल रहा है, as far as I know that point वो कोर्ट ऑफ अपील में गया है अभी।
मगर अगर होम ऑफिस रिफ्यूज़ कर भी दे तो आपके तजर्बे में इस तरह होता है कि जब अगर ये केस कोर्ट के अंदर जाए और जज के सामने, क्या लोगों को, अगर उनकी ऑब्वियसली फैमिली हो, बच्चे हों, शादी हो चुकी हो, तो क्या उनका अपील सक्सेसफुल हो जाता है? बेशक क्योंकि अगर थोड़ी सी ब्रेक आई हो जिसका कसूर फॉर एग्जांपल बंदे का नहीं है, अगर कर्टेलमेंट होती
असल में प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि 10 ईयर लॉन्ग रेजिडेंस में ये प्रॉब्लम है ना कि कोर्ट में भी जाते हैं ना, तो कोर्ट तो आपको इनडेफिनेट लीव ग्रांट नहीं कर सकते ना, ये प्रॉब्लम है। सो नॉर्मली ये बंदा अगर वो स्टूडेंट से अभी वो स्पाउस पे आ गया है तो उसके पास एक बेसिस है यूके रहने का, स्पाउस का बेसिस है ना, सो इस पे वो रह सकता है। सो एज फार एज द कोर्ट इज़ कंसर्न वो सिर्फ यही कहते हैं कि स्पाउस कैटेगरी में जो 5 इयर्स का रिक्वायरमेंट है वो कंप्लीट करो, फिर आपको ILR मिल जाएगा। ये तो नहीं है कि होम ऑफिस आपको निकाल सकते हैं, निकाल रहे हैं, ये तो नहीं है ना, ये तो सिर्फ आपको इंडेफिनेट चाहिए, तो कोर्ट ये कहे, कोर्ट का पोजीशन ये होगा कि आप 5 इयर्स कंप्लीट कर लो स्पाउस में। अगर फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल किसी का 10 साल हो गया, कोई और कैटेगरी अभी रही नहीं है, अगर वो स्पाउस में भी नहीं जा सकता क्योंकि शादी नहीं हुई है और 10 साल हो गया, अभी वो फिनिश होने वाला है और उसने इंडेफिनेट के लिए अप्लाई किया, उसके 10 इयर्स में ब्रेक आ गया, तो उसको अपील मिलनी चाहिए और अपील में आप कोर्ट से आर्ग्यू कर सकता है कि ये बंदे को रिमूव नहीं करना चाहिए, मगर वो इंडेफिनेट नहीं मिलेगा, आपको सिर्फ वो कोर्ट एक्सटेंशन दे सकती है। बट थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर कॉल, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, सॉरी वी टेकिंग द नेक्स्ट कॉल। जी वालेकुम सलाम जी, थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग। जी ब्रदर, व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन?
Assalamu alaikum. My question is, I've been told that, you know, when you apply for your application, obviously you go for your visa, and there's like a fast track you could do.
Yeah.
I just want to know that apparently you pay about £500 more than you get answer in 2 weeks. I don't know how much.
So,
how much truth behind it.
Brother, are you talking about an application from abroad to come to the UK, or are you talking about?
I'm in the UK. I've got married from Pakistan. I'm going to call my wife over.
Okay, all right. So there is a priority service.
Okay.
It's an extra £600.
Okay.
And if you use the priority service, they will normally give a decision within about 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay, even with the priority service, yeah?
With the priority service, it is still 5 to 6 weeks to get a decision. Now, if you don't use the priority service, you use the normal service, they take about 3 months to make a decision.
But is there a chance if you don't use the priority service, there's a chance they can still give you an answer in a couple of weeks even?
They can, but it's the earliest I've normally seen is about 2 months.
2 months. So, but if I do the priority service, I'll definitely get an answer within 5-6 weeks then.
Yes, I mean, in 90% of cases, it should come through in 5 to 6 weeks. They don't guarantee that they will, but in 90% of cases, there is a decision within 5 to 6 weeks.
So with the extra priority, you will get answer 90% within 5-6 weeks, and if you don't give it, you will get answer in about 2 months.
In about 3 months, no. If
3 months, yeah?
3 months. If you're lucky, you might get it quicker. But you got to think, you know the way they work. When the application goes in and they look at it, some cases are so straightforward. Let's say a lot of evidence of relationship and you work for the NHS or the local authority. There's nothing for them to investigate. So you'll get through straight away. Contrast that with a situation where you've started working for a small employer, a small shop. They want to investigate your employment, so they want to check with NHS, they want to check with HMRC, they want to maybe interview you and the employer. So that's going to take slightly longer. So that's where there's a slight delay. So if at the initial stage your case is fantastic, that's why even without using the priority service, you might get through within 2 months.
I got you.
So it depends on, they have a sifting process where initially when they look at it, they may not investigate it and it comes very quickly. So when you use the priority service, if it's a very, very strong case, you work for a public sector, it may not take 6 weeks. You might be lucky. You might get a decision in 4.5 weeks because there's nothing to investigate.
I got you.
That's how they generally work.
Okay, and my other question was that, you know, that you have to show your recent pay slips and bank statements for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
With that one, I've had a slight issue in which hopefully in the next couple of weeks, hopefully 2 weeks or end of this week, I should be submitting my application. But what happened was my pay slip, my payment, which was meant to go in the month of November, obviously what happened was it was like a bit of a misunderstanding. They never put it in November. So what happened was obviously I thought it was going to mess up my case. But then when I spoke to my solicitor, he said that it's not a problem. They paid me twice in January. So one was for January's payment, and one was for November. And he's going to write me like a cover letter on what the reason for this, what happened.
In my experience, as long as you explain it, it should be okay. But you know the November payment, how late did it go into your account?
Basically, so how it works with my salary, monthly salary is that, so for example, now it's February, and so in March is coming up now, and so on the 5th of March, I will get paid for the month of February. That's how it works.
I understand.
It works like that. So so basically they missed. So they paid me in January. So he missed about a month. A month later, he paid me basically.
Then let's say, for example, if the employer does a letter and explains due to a payroll error, or we weren't able to process it, or something along those lines, as long as you explain it, and as long as it's a one-off mistake, in my experience, you get away with it. But if it's completely messed up, every month there's a problem then. But generally speaking, if you don't explain it in a letter, you've got a problem. If the employer explains it, saying, look, this is what happens, payroll error, or the person processing payroll wasn't in, or whatever, if it's explained, generally speaking, it isn't a problem.
Okay.
I mean, the alternative is you wait another 6 months there. So
basically, I got you here. And I've got there's a list here. Like briefly, if I could say it to you, like passport copy of wife, passport original, 2 passport photos, 6 months pay slips, 6 months bank statements. Number 6, accommodation survey. Number 7, owner's letter of accommodation. Number 8, English test certificate. Number 9, TB medical. Number 10, nikah certificate English. Number 11, employment contract. Number 12, employee's letter. Number 13, proof of remittance. Number 14, proof of contact of relationship. And number 15, her parents' detail and address in Pakistan. Is that the full list?
It is. Some of the things in there you don't really need.
Like?
So, 2 passport size photographs for your wife. You don't need it.
I've got that. But
you don't need it because there's no place to submit it. You don't need it. Proof of your residence. You don't need it.
One second. Proof of what do you say again?
You said proof of residence. You don't need to put your bills in. You don't need that.
Okay.
Contract of employment and P60. They're not mandatory. It's up to you whether you put them in or not.
Okay. Okay. So number 12, 11 here, I said employment contract and employment letters. Is that just to show that where I'm working, I've got a contract with them?
So for the employment, the only mandatory documents are employment letter, 6 months wage slips, 6 months bank statements.
I got you.
They're only P60 and contract. They're not mandatory. I never put them in. Employment letter, 6 months wage slips, 6 months bank statements. For your accommodation, proof of ownership, copy of the deeds, housing report, owner's letter saying, look, my son can live here, etc.
Okay. So the owner's letter is from the parents that my son's living here, we give him permission,
That's it.
And the accommodation letter, that's the basic accommodation survey is like the estate agent to come and do a survey that
So for accommodation, 3 things, deeds, inspection report, letter from your mum and dad or dad, whoever owns the property. That's all you need for accommodation.
So say that again, deed,
deeds, the land registry deeds, housing inspection report, and letter from your parents or your dad, whoever owns the property.
Okay. And the proof of remittance, that's that letter we give when you send money to it.
Oh, that's proof of remittance, not residence. So on the relationship, now move on to the relationship. How do you prove the relationship? Wedding photographs.
Okay.
Other photographs together. Telephone calls, proof. Messages, proof. And if you proof of sending money abroad, proof of remittance, is optional if you want to put that in. The key documents are wedding photographs, other photographs together after the wedding, more casual photographs, telephone calls, and messages. They're the key documents.
Okay.
Proof of you sending money is not necessary. If you've done it, put it in. If you haven't, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And I've got like when I've been calling through WhatsApp. WhatsApp calls.
Okay, so you need to take a screenshot.
And I've printed out like the call list and all that. Is that okay?
Yeah, so what you do, instead of doing the list, you should go in to the actual call for that day.
Yeah, basically on that call, on that day it says the date and the call and how long the duration was.
That's what you need. You take a screenshot of that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've got, And did you say, I've not printed out the conversation messages. Is that
conversation, don't print out the conversation, okay?
Yeah.
How long have you been talking to your wife for?
It's been a couple, I got married in November 2019.
Okay, all right, okay. So let's say you put the information in from August, September. All you need for every week, take 2 screenshots. When you scroll up and down on the messages, the first message for the day, the date will show up. Just the first message of the day will have a date.
Yes.
Take a screenshot of that. And in a week, just do about 2.
Okay. I understand, because what I've done is, I've printed it anyway, so I might as well tell you, I went back and from November 2019 until beginning of February 2020, I've printed everything out. I made it into it's like a little folder I've made, and everything's printed out on there.
What did you do? Did you export the chat history? Is that what you did?
Yeah, basically what I've done was I edited the media photos and I've sent it to my email, and then from there I printed it out.
Okay. Export chat history doesn't look very good. In the same way that you've done your WhatsApp calls and you've taken screenshots, if you were to just do 2 screenshots a week, and if you've been talking, let's say, for about 6 months, you'll have about 50, 60 screenshots to a week. That looks better. And if you print them 3, 4 to a page or something, that's going to be better, easier, if you do it that way.
Okay. And the fact that I got married in November and now 3 months later I'm submitting my application, there's not a problem in that, is it?
No, that's the perfect time to apply.
Okay, because you hear people say, "Oh, you just got married, now you have to wait for 6, 7 months. You shouldn't do it early." And
no, perfect time. What it does is, if you got married in November, came back, let's say, into November, December.
Yeah, I got married in November and I come back on the 21st of December.
Okay, so at least you've been here for about 2 months.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in those 2 months, you managed to get some more evidence together as well, no?
Yep.
of talking, sending her money, chatting with her. So that's your evidence of the relationship. To be quite honest, in my experience, where you've got married, within a short period of time, you're applying for your wife's visa. Relationship is never an issue. They look at your wedding photographs, other photographs together, some calls and messages. It's never an issue. You just need to make sure your finances are fine. You don't make a mistake on finances.
One last question. It says here her parents' details and address in Pakistan. Is that the date of birth, the address where they're living and stuff like that?
You know, for the parents' details, all you need to get is the parents' name and date of birth. That's all you need to get.
Okay. I've got the way they lived as well, but okay, I got you, understand you.
Yeah, because you know, when you do the form, all it says is she's the applicant. Yes, so your mum's name, date of birth, place of birth. Dad's name, place of birth, date of birth and nationality. I mean, we know what the nationality is anyway. Place of birth, you can put Pakistan down if you want, but you know roughly where they've been born. It's really the spelling of their name and date of birth is what you need. You don't need their address, because nowhere in the form do they ask for a parent's address. Yeah. And then you know your wife's address in Pakistan, when they ask, the best place to get the wife's proper address for Pakistan is if you look at her TB certificate. The address on the TB certificate is an accurate address for her.
I got you. So, and you know, this English and TB, they've sent me the originals to the post. I've got the originals.
You don't. Well, that's fine. You don't need the originals because in the end, all the documents will be scanned and uploaded anyway. So you don't need the originals.
And all this, when I submit it all is uploaded onto the computer, and then it's sent through there.
Yeah.
You don't need to go after that, go to the post office, send it off.
There is a way of doing that, but that's just unnecessary hassle. What you do is you scan your documents, and when you book an appointment for your wife, on that website there's a facility there for uploading your scanned documents. That's the way you do it. So you don't post anything anywhere. You don't take it to the visa center. You basically those scanned documents you basically upload. You can, if you want, take the file to a visa center. They charge about £75, I think, and they scan it for you. But you don't really need to do that. If you go to a lawyer, most lawyers will say, okay, let's get your documents in order. We'll scan the documents ourselves. We will upload the documents ourselves. So that's. Let me run through that list very quickly. So it'll be from abroad, India, Pakistan, wherever it is. It's wife's passport, English certificate, TB certificate, marriage certificate. From the UK, your passport, in terms of finances, employment letter, 6 months wage slips, 6 months bank statements. Accommodation is land registry deeds, housing inspection report, a letter from your parents. Relationship, wedding photographs, other photographs together, evidence of telephone calls, evidence of WhatsApp messages, if you've sent money, evidence of that. They're the things that you actually need to get together. The list that you just read out to me, it's more or less accurate. There's some stuff in there which you don't actually need. Key thing is make sure your finances are right, things are up to date, your bank statements are up to date, your wage slips are up to date, your employment letter is up to date and confirms your employment, whether it's permanent or not, confirms your salary, etc. Concentrate on getting your financial documents right. That unfortunately brings us towards the end of the show. We should be back next week on Monday when we will discuss today's topic in greater detail. We should be back next week on Monday at 6 o'clock inshallah. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.